20-yard line, Josh McCown. Martin with nowhere to go, and he'll lose yardage. Thrown back down around the 15-yard line towards McCown. McCown is going to go down. Kuechly on the sack, and it's a big sack because it affects the field goal range possibilities.
Well, Doug Martin came into the back into the backfield after being split out wide. His responsibility was to block Luke Kuechly right there, and he just olays him. Luke Kuechly is clean in on the quarterback for a sack. He said he wanted to improve his blitzing. He told us that yesterday, watching guys like Thomas Davis out there nickel back. We'll see how they stand up to this Bucs 2-minute offense.
Pass is caught. Ball's loose. Knocked out of bounds, and the Panthers come up with it. Today, Ben Wickery has the recovered fumble, and Luke Kuechly knocked it out.
Well, you asked for it, and there it was. They stood up immediately. Josh McCown makes the right.
Stafford from the pocket has time, goes underneath. Ball comes out. That is a fumble recovery, Panthers.
Long enough to be considered complete. Brings it in, tries to make a football move, but it's already coming out before Luke Kuechly gets there. It's a good call by the refs.
And the Panthers are discussing that because one official.
And this little package has been a good one, too. This two tight end, extra fullback package with LeGarrette Blount, and I just put the kiss of death on that.
Yeah, Blount gets blunted right there for a loss of 1 to the 11-yard line. Luke Kuechly making the stop.
Well, when Luke Kuechly sees something, he's going to go get it. This little in a phone booth kind of.
2nd and 10. This is 4th set. And he is buried. This will lose a yard back to midfield. Luke Kuechly leading the charge. Didn't you love what Ron Rivera had to say about Luke Kuechly? He said the best.
Pitch it to Forte, and look who's hunting him down, Kuechly. Send it back to Los Angeles. And
Turbin now in the backfield. Play fake. Wilson looking, extends the play, throws. Wilson could not haul it in.
Wilson is going to knock this ball out. Watch number 20 come up and just drill Wilson in the back. Actually, it's Kuechly that comes over. Kuechly from his middle linebacker spot, finding this ball in the air and the receiver at the right time.
So another red zone opportunity here for Seattle. Wilson.
McCoy left, and Kuechly and Davis get there before he can get going and get a first down.
You get an hour steam bath as well. You need an hour steam bath. Problem is, my wife would divorce me. She says.
Saints send in the fullback, Eric Lorig, 2nd down and 4. And it's Lorig who makes the catch. But he is met immediately by the NFL's leading tackler, Luke Kuechly.
Fishing, golfing.
They invite you along?
No, I was not on the inside. I got to hang out with him for a day, but it was one of the things that I've always told.
Of Carolina for Murray to try his career high. Tall order. And here is McCown being chased. Fires it upfield, and it is intercepted. Luke Kuechly picks it off for Carolina.
Guy that could take advantage on one-on-one coverage and throw the ball down the field.
Here's Manziel. He's going to try to keep this one. Nothing doing. Kuechly there to nail him out of bounds. Colin Jones there as well. Take a listen.
And being aggressive.
3rd and 7. Devin Hester's in as a receiver. 4 in all. Line goes underneath, and Kuechly's contact knocks it out of the hands of Rodgers.
That's all they talked about when they talk about this Carolina defense. Matt Ryan looks down the field if he feels pressure.
The 2nd quarter at the 38 of Carolina. And that running play stopped quickly by Kuechly. That's Freeman on the carry.
Ted Ginn, bottom of the screen. Lindley, dangerous pass, brought in by Williams, lost 2 yards.
This Carolina effort on defense isn't an accident. Sean McDermott, the defensive coordinator,
They've capitalized on good field position twice. Lindley throws, he threw an interception to Kuechly.
That sums up Arizona's night offensively. It's a very common pattern. I'm sure Luke Kuechly has practiced against this route since he was at Boston College. 59, he's going to see the Fitzgerald in the slot where you want to go against this two-deep coverage.
Get the play off in time. Lindley pumps. He's got a seam. Fitzgerald intercepted. Kuechly made the big play again. And Trey Boston secures this one for the Panthers.
Well, Luke Kuechly reads the quarterback all the way, and Lindley was late down the middle, and he intercepted a ball earlier in this half, and now he causes an interception. And Trey Boston, the rookie out of North Carolina, has his second interception in 2 weeks. Kuechly is
extending plays. They get Pierce back at a hamstring injury. The fumble on the play. Wilson dives, and I think he got it back. It's amazing. That's the 12th time that Russell Wilson has fumbled this year, and Seattle's gotten all of them back.
Remember, he's played a lot of football with Max Unger, but there have been 4.
From the 15, Bortles is going to be sacked across the 21-yard line. A surge of Panther blue, and Luke Kuechly gets the sack.
Luke Kuechly does a lot of covering in this Carolina defense. You see him right here in the middle.
It's all good.
Oh, yeah.
The original Starbucks.
Seahawks from the 37. Lynch took one hit, then Luke Kuechly wrapped him up for a loss back to the 35. Lynch. And a good job by the Panthers. Luke Kuechly was there, but Kurt Coleman, the safety, was the first man to get up and tackle.
At the 31. Quick throw. But Josh Huff can go nowhere. Had a little bit of blocking, but when you're dealing with those linebackers, Kuechly right here, it's 4th down.
I think Josh Norman knew exactly what this one was going to be. He's going to come up and contain it, and then here comes the jet around the other side. Luke Kuechly.
2nd and 5. It's back to Gore, and it's Luke Kuechly, along with Coney Ely on the stop.
This Luke Kuechly can diagnose plays with the best of them. Number 59, he runs through and stuffs Gore for a if it's incomplete.
Colts were down 17 in this 4th quarter, trying to come from behind and win. One shot at the end zone here. Luck throwing end zone, and it's nearly ended. Incomplete. Kuechly almost pulled away a game saver, but he couldn't bring it in. Luck looking left, comes back to the middle, it's deflected in the air. Kuechly has the interception, forced by Roman Harper on the deflection.
Looking for Fleener in the middle of the field, and Roman Harper, the ex-New Orleans Saint, causes a deflection, and guess who's there?
Our Associate Director Alex Olson, and our broadcast associate is Jordan Wolf.
The ball may have been knocked free by the tackle by Kuechly.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it did come out. That guy Kuechly, man, he plays to the last second on the clock, I'll tell you that.
He's something, guys. He usually takes it away with interceptions. He had, coming into the game, he had a big interception in overtime to seal the victory against Indianapolis. This one he knocks away. I believe that's his first forced fumble of the year. And boy, was that impressive. That was textbook. That's training tape right there. Kirk Cousins may have to throw to pick up the first down now.
Well, they pitch it to Jones. He leaps over one defender. Ball's loose. And it looks like the Panthers have covered it up. They have. So Jones, for the 5th time this year, puts the ball on the ground, fumbles it, and loses it.
Carolina is what makes them. Watch Kuechly, watch Davis, watch these linebackers run to the football. And Kuechly makes the tackle, ball pops free. See, right over the top, Kuechly knocks it free. Is that Thomas Davis on it first, 58? Yep. That tandem of linebackers, that's 2 weeks in a row, Luke Kuechly has caused a fumble. His 2nd and 3rd in his career.
First down, blitz coming. Reed across midfield, and now he fumbles the ball. And the Panthers aren't going to whiff again. It is Kuechly who covers it up.
Plays or turnovers have popped up.
Tony, I give them credit. Running to the ball, Josh Norman knocked it free. But Jordan Reed's going to have to take some blame on that one. He's carrying that thing out there as loose as just walking down the street, not worrying about anybody coming by.
Points. Now with the top takeaway margin in the league, the Panthers. As McFadden's going to get back 4. Look at Kuechly come up. So far, McFadden has 7 carries for 5 yards. 2nd and 13. Romo, pocket sealed, able to throw it. He's intercepted by Kuechly. Kuechly inside the 20 to the 10 and to the end zone for another Panther defensive touchdown.
13-3. But Luke Kuechly, I think this is him right in the middle. He's going to drop back. It's almost like the first interception. Lets one guy go, looks at the next one, reads it, undercuts. Beautiful job done by him. He passed off the man running down the middle to the safety. Then he looked for the in cut behind. That's how you're taught. And of course, now we see the speed. What an athlete. What a player.
Luke Kuechly. Well, it's a defense that forced 5 turnovers against the Redskins. Picking right up where they left off Sunday. First down throw and into traffic, and it's Kuechly right back with another one. Can you believe it? Back-to-back plays. Kuechly brought down by Williams at the 28.
It's the aggressive style. Kuechly undercuts it, but it's the hit that comes in here, knocks it. Well, no, it isn't a hit. Kuechly just took the football. What a play by him. You think your tight end's going to beat him? Man, what a catch. Didn't see it live, as saw it on the replay. That is tremendous.
Look at Coleman launching into Witten, taking him out as Kuechly comes up with grabs on the last 2 plays from scrimmage. You got Dez Bryant.
Steps away from 1 sack. Now Ryan throws. Intercepted. Luke Kuechly's got it. Fourth interception of the year for Kuechly, and there is a penalty flag.
There's Luke Kuechly right in the middle. This is Tampa 2 defense. 2 safeties deep. Luke Kuechly running through the middle of the field. We saw him on Thanksgiving intercept Tony Romo in that same coverage. Luke Kuechly, he's got it all. He can play the run. He can play the pass 40 yards downfield. Incredible.
On a first down. Freeman tripped up and nowhere to go.
Was in Chicago with the Bears, and Ron Rivera was his defensive coordinator for the first 3 years there. Sims and Kuechly busting through, and a loss on the play of 4 yards.
Can't say enough about Luke Kuechly as a football player, as a leader, and he is not one of those big vocal rah-rah guys. He says, I leave that to Thomas Davis, but if I need to say something, I step up and say it. And what does that do?
Wilson just got it away. There's Kuechly. Touchdown, Carolina.
Big guys in the middle make the first 2 plays of the game. This time K1 short. He swims Justin Britt at left guard, forces the pressure, and an errant throw by Russell Wilson, and Luke Kuechly makes a habit.
Palmer gets hit, down he goes. Ball's out. Recovered by Kuechly.
knocked out by Short. And the Panthers get a takeaway. And this game could not have started any worse for Cardinals. Traded to Arizona from Oakland in 2013. The record-setting year. He's picked again. Kuechly for the touchdown. Touchdown this season. He's a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball. He's been great as a run stopper ever since he arrived in Carolina. Where he has improved the most this year is in his ability to cover. He reads it, he drives on it, makes a play on the ball.
3rd and 3, and here they come. It's Kuechly who gets to Manning back at the 9.
Favorite blitz, sending these linebackers up inside, and Luke Kuechly just so fast.
Underneath, ball in the air, incomplete. Great hit, Kuechly on Demaryius Thomas.
Again, Kuechly, Thomas Davis, how about some of the hits and plays they make? They read the quarterback so fast and so well.
It's Janovich, the fullback, coming into the backfield. And trying to provide leverage, but getting none right there because you've got Luke Kuechly
in front of the bright lights.
Demaryius Thomas has to go to the bench. And they go to the ground here with C.J. Anderson taking it to the 16-yard line.
They just cannot get to Kuechly.
Hang on and run to the end zone. Into coverage, and that's intercepted. Luke Kuechly.
The quarterback. Great play. You need your big players to step up big-time moments. And on defense, there's none bigger in the league than Luke Kuechly. Comes up with a great play.
On 3rd down and 7, Bradford does have time. In the air for Charles Johnson and incomplete. He threw into a crowd, and Kuechly was part of it.
Throwing over the middle, Luke Kuechly up here in the A-gap, but they love to drop into coverage, and he is so instinctive, knows exactly where Sam Bradford. I'm surprised he didn't pick that thing off and score.
McKinnon met hard right away. And Kuechly with the tackle. You know, talking about Kuechly and Kyle Rudolph, who he covers him often in this game. They've struggled a bit in the red zone, probably because they've gotten some long plays. They go again to Freeman, and this time the Panthers are there and knock him back, led by Luke Kuechly. Tell you, with Kuechly and Thomas Davis, they have two of the better tandem linebackers in football. With it. 2nd down and 2. Play action. Here comes the pressure. And Ryan is going to be sacked back at the 25 by Kuechly. Ryan flush from the pocket and going out of bounds. So they'll have to kick. Luke Kuechly. And the Panthers have 1 timeout remaining. And they're going to give it to Dante Freeman. And Freeman will have a 1st down.
Davis just 1 out of 7 on 3rd down tonight. They need 9. They call a running play, and that didn't fool the Panthers. Jaquiz Rogers lost a yard.
In the backfield. Pressure, and they got him. Luke Kuechly, the middle linebacker, with his sack on Carson Palmer.
Boy, they are giving them fits with movement up front, and we're going to have,
down this year. A run it with Gurley. He is stopped. Gang tackled by the Panthers. It was Kuechly. Who else there first?
You see the penetration. They knock back, control the line of scrimmage, but Kuechly and K1 Short in there. Todd Gurley has nowhere to go. It's about winning the line of scrimmage, and right there, the Carolina Panthers did it.
3rd and 6 for Kansas City. Smith pulls the trigger. It's Ware trying to get the angle, and it is not enough. Luke Kuechly, sideline to sideline linebacker, 5-yard gain through the air.
Watch it, the outside linebacker spot here. He just closes so quickly to push Ware out of bounds short of the first down. Ware trying to go underneath the pads of Kuechly, but Kuechly just too fast.
Lost to Houston week 2 and Pittsburgh week 4. This is a 3rd and 10. Smith out of the pocket. On the move, Smith sets the feet, throws it to the sideline, and nobody home. Sliding attempt by Kuechly.
And look for those checkdowns, so we'll watch him playing that high-low tonight.
Doing a lot of checkdowns. The 90's 9 of 10, but for 64 yards, and Mark Ingram gets taken down. And that kick is blocked, and now you got Kuechly and Luke Kuechly down the sideline with a little bit of blocking, and Luke Kuechly, if he stays in bounds, could go all the way. And once again, the Saints give up a block kick and a touchdown.
92 Vernon Butler right there is going to end up getting this hand on this football.
They've only given him the ball 7 times of their 31 plays. That's intercepted by Kuechly. He has more of those than any linebacker in the league over the last 5 years.
Throwing lane, beautiful job of reading receiver. Look at the hip turn right there. That's what Luke Kuechly can do. He's kind of been quiet as far as making tackles, but he's a game breaker. And very few guys in the National Football Leagues are game breakers.
Saints empty the backfield. Ingram split out to the left. 3rd down and 3. Reads over the middle. Nearly picked off by Kuechly.
Oh. Just a great drop by Luke Kuechly. Not a drop of the football. Just in the line of scrimmage. Showing blitz, takes a
quick update for you on Demir Bird. They're actually taking him back to look at his arm. Of course, that was a nasty collision with Gilmore there.
Here's Gillislee, and somehow Brady was able to get the ball into his arms. Gillislee lost yardage on the play, so 3rd and 4 coming up. Well, I think David Andrews, the center.
Thought I had, yeah. You actually had 5.
Those young ones.
2nd and 10. And again. Look at them come in on Corey Clement. Kuechly, the last 2 plays.
He's an animal, and right here, look at.
First down, Winston to Rodgers. And he is smothered right away by Kuechly. Smelled that out. A tackling machine. Still the team's leading tackler.
As he was walking off the field pretty gingerly.
On a 3rd down play, and it's intercepted right into the arms at the 25-yard line. Hello, Luke Kuechly.
You know, he's going to back out, but watch, he almost runs the route for Cameron Brate. There's no reason to make that throw. He's stride for stride. He's staring right at Cameron Brate and then steps right in front of him.
Lucky. Butler will come out throwing, and he throws an interception. Thought they might play it conservatively in the final minute and a half with the long field to go. But they came out firing, and he threw it right into the hands of Luke Kuechly with a flag down at the 46-yard line.
Watch Kuechly. He reads this route all the way. He knew Julius Thomas was going to the corner. We'll see what the flag is, but...
4th and 1, they're going for it, and Kuechly is there with some help to drive Damian Williams back.
Kuechly shoots a gap. Larson's not quite sure what to do in the no-huddle offense. Backfired. I am shocked. They tried to trick.
Panthers have only sacked McCann 1 time today. Blitz coming here and make it. Is that a fumble, or did he throw the ball? Ball still, and it is Kuechly who scoops it up, and he will race into the end zone.
Number 96 is going to come free. Bilal Powell does not get him. It looked like McCown tried to flick the ball. Gratuitous bounce to Kuechly and shows his athletic ability, not falling on it, but the mindset of a superstar, which is scoop and score.
And that does indeed look like a fumble, but, you know, hey, we've been wrong already today. It's a 33-yard touchdown for Kuechly.
They're getting after him again here today. Pass is caught for the first down. Ball is out, and that's exactly what Carolina needed. Josh Hill lost it on the tackle. Carolina takes over. It looked like Mike Adams just punched it right out. He sure did. He saw the ball, and he didn't even think about making a tackle. He just punches it right out of Josh Hill's hand. That's great work. This is a defense overall that has not gotten many takeaways. The opposite receiver who was just blowing by everybody. On 2nd and 4, Kamara, who before that carry was averaging 9 yards a carry. Take a shot, and it came back and fit him. Here's a screen for Kamara, and nothing doing this time to the 5. Kuechly out there to make the stop.
Thank you, Tracy, at right tackle. For Reimers, who was out, has moved to left tackle. It's 3rd and 13. As Keenum is taken out. That's going to go down as a sack. Kuechly shoves him out of bounds.
This is a design quarterback run, and you'll see.
Picking up the first down. From the 47, it's Barber. Wants to cut it back inside, and he's swallowed up by Luke Kuechly. Loss of 5 on the play.
Just the end of this play, he immediately went to the sideline, and not sure what it was. I know he came in beat up from last week. Maybe an ankle. Bradbury's around his lower leg there, but he is back in the game. Usually a nice combination route going on when you get that set.
On 2nd and goal, it's Barber again, and he will lose yardage, and now the Bucs call timeout with 13 seconds remaining and a 3rd down upcoming.
Playing for Thomas Davis again, suspended, playing that will position, usually the Sam. But just look how aggressive they are at that linebacker position, flowing to the football. Hey, they read it out, Luke Kuechly included. They read out run plays so well. They're both physical and fast and can tackle.
Martin spins right into the arms of Luke Kuechly.
Carolina right now, somebody's got to step up. It's got to be Luke Kuechly here, directing the defense. He's a quarterback face.
4 of the 6 have come on special teams. Latest one backs him up to the 20, and a loss of 1 as Devontae Freeman is dragged down by Luke Kuechly and K'Wan Short. Well, Kuechly is so quick at play recognition, and he just does not waste any steps. I mean, you can see him right in the middle, 59, and
Matt Ryan split out to the right.
Mohamed Sanu
running the
play quarterback.
And nothing going there, taken down by Luke Kuechly in the backfield. Yeah, this is something we've seen before.
This is something we've seen before, but when you have a Luke Kuechly on your side of the ball, he studies film like no other. He studies film like a quarterback. He knows exactly.
The quarterback. And he certainly did that against the Cowboys. 2nd and 7 for Matt. Under pressure again, dumps it off to Coleman. Coleman slips Kuechly, Johnny on the spot. That's going to be a loss of 2. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
You got to love Kuechly. He's so fired up. He's right where he needs to be at all.
Panthers are going to go to 2-1. Since he's going to fall to 2-1. Final play here for Dalton. Loft one up. And intercepted by Kuechly. He's got a ton of interception in his career. You know, he leads the league in tackles since he entered the league in 2012.
As the Giants start from their 27-yard line. On 1st down, it is Barkley. It's Julius Peppers, the 17-year vet. 13, 13, and 19 yards by Beckham there in the 1st quarter. Manning in trouble. He steps up and is touched down at the 48-yard line. Off the fake to Pirine. On the screen, it's Pirine out of the backfield, and you can hear those chants from the Carolina Panthers fans here today as Luke Kuechly wraps up Pirine for a loss of 2 yards.
So watch Kuechly here and just watch how he reads it. He sees the misdirection and immediately gets his eyes back over here because he understands where the play is coming. This guy spends so much time in the film room. Ron Rivera jokes it all.
1st and 10 from the 31. Peterson gets bottled up. Losing yardage on the play. 1st and goal from the 9. Smallwood again running into the arms of Kuechly. Play clock winding down. Eagles get the snap away. This is Aguilar. No gain on the play.
And snaps per game. How about that? That would have jumped things up.
And now it's Kuechly who comes in to wrap up Wentz.
Are they calling him down or incomplete? They were indecisive on it for me.
Ruling on the field is that the quarterback was down by contact prior to releasing the pass.
There's Luke Kuechly, number 59. Note he did really well. You see how he got his arms up first? And that took away the sight line for Carson Wentz. See the arms right there? And then when Wentz had to go down, Kuechly finished it off. That's one of the areas of the game that Luke Kuechly wanted to improve this year. Finishing his pass rushes and sacks. And that's his 2nd sack in the last 3 weeks.
And the reason there was not a flag thrown for horse collar, quarterback was in the pocket.
He wasn't outside of the tackle box.
Off the fake to Smallwood. Wentz connects with Smallwood, but he will be wrapped up by Kuechly back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Philadelphia.
And watch Kuechly, watch Munnerlyn. Neither one of them gets fooled. They've seen the misdirection the whole game. They stay at home, and Kuechly runs to it as he reads the offensive lineman, and so does Captain Munnerlyn. Munnerlyn's got it if the play bounces outside. He helps spill it inside, and Kuechly is there.
And those two, Kuechly and Davis, have a great rapport amongst themselves.
Couple of fakes, and then Fitzpatrick complete the big Barber out of the backfield, but he'll be shoved out of bounds by Luke Kuechly. You were just talking about Rondé. So a loss of a yard on the play.
Yes, I think it is enough.
Samuels, the rookie, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and Kuechly is out there to make the stop.
From the 39-yard line, and Stafford swings it out. This is Riddick. Cuts back the other way. And then it's Kuechly who brings him down, along with Shaq Thompson. Garrett Blunt in the backfield, 2nd down and 8 for the Lions in a 7-7 game. As Blunt gets bottled up, loses yardage again. It's Jack Thompson leading the way for the Panthers.
I think these linebackers are so good reading plays. They're just so quick to the ball. Watch Shaq Thompson right here. It's like he has no hesitation.
Under 4 to go, 2nd down and 6. This is Blunt. It's Luke Kuechly who comes through to make the tackle.
Even getting the Luke chant in here. Luke Kuechly, man, he reads the game so fast. His athleticism and his size is impressive and all that jazz, but his ability to diagnose plays is uncanny. It's the best I've seen.
The extra tackle. And so they'll start it off coming near side to Lockett on a sweep, and the Panthers aren't fooled at all. Kuechly was there, so was Dante Jackson coming up from his cornerback spot. Seattle being doubled up on yardage, but only down 3, and then the big run by Carson, but here he is swarmed. No chance to go anywhere. That's Lockett in motion. They will run it to Penny. Trip top. Luke Kuechly coming in submarine style. 3rd down coming up.
This is part of Luke Kuechly spending all that extra time watching tape and film of teams, because he diagnosed that play and just shot the gap immediately. I mean,
from the 12, they'll run it to Carson again. Kuechly's there again. Addison helps. Luke Kuechly has turned his game to the next level.
Team guy. 1st and 10 from the 23. And this time, Barber looking more like me than you. Loses the yard. Luke Kuechly the tackle.
Oh, Luke Kuechly. Keep an eye on this tight end. He's at the top of your screen. That's Cam Brate.
On 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. Ball came loose. Panthers say they have it.
Lost the line before the ball came out.
Right, there's Barber on top of Carolina players. And then he lost the ball on top of one of his teammates. But you're right, Rondé. Did he cross the goal line? Did he cross the plane before the ball came loose?
Still don't have a signal, and it's hard to tell.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered in the end zone by the defense for a touchback.
Not ruled a scoring play, so it would have to be challenged.
Fun for congenital cytomegalovirus, and a lot of guys in the front office are wearing that exact cause cleats today, shoes, and it's a very nice gesture. We mentioned it earlier.
25 seconds on the clock, third quarter. From the 36, it's Kuechly into the backfield once again to bring down Ronald Jones.
Not Sting. Quick one goes out to Rashad Higgins, and he's brought down in a hurry at the 16. Fumble, ball loose. And the Carolina Panthers get it. Looks like Mike Adams, who played for the Browns for 5 years. First down at the 35. Play fake, and the pass is going to be caught by...
Put it away.
Landry. Jarvis Landry, and the ball's knocked out, and the Panthers get it back.
Just read this and just take off once he sees that underneath little flow by the receiver. Landry taps the ball out as he tackles him, tosses it to the ground, and there's Thomas Davis.
Another Browns wide receiver with the ball in the wrong arm. He tries to cut back inside, puts the ball in his leg, knock off the rest of those extra yards.
From the 25, and they go back to Chubb, and he's going to be dragged, or check that, Duke Johnson. Johnson is the runner, and he's going to be thrown for a loss, and literally thrown, I might add. Good penetration by Brian Cox on that play.
Great penetration into the backfield. The number one thing that negates the running game is penetration into the backfield. You can see Cox
Browns trying to win their 5th game of the year. 2:17 to go, second down and 5, and the pass to Chubb out of the backfield, and Luke Kuechly makes the tackle, and a loss of 1.
Really double a lot in this system.
Breeze batted down. And the Luke chant from the crowd rains down after that play. Kuechly right in that path.
You know, Tess, we talk about great players and pre-snap. Watch Luke Kuechly. He's telling Thomas Davis, no, you go.
Looks like the line was a bit short. They gave him that forward progress before Reed pulled him back. Here's the pitch with Kamara. Great pursuit down the line that was finished off by Keek the Freak.
Watch this guy run, though. He sees the toss sweep. He's not letting anybody get in his way. Luke Kuechly.
Kamara tackled by Kuechly for a loss of 1. What a knifing effort.
It's misdirection. He doesn't make that play. That thing's gone.
At the moment he takes the handoff and starts gaining speed, you think he may go here. And then all of a sudden, there's the all-pro linebacker.
Well, and they've gotten crushed by that run.
That's what he took away from the Super Bowl trip, as Gurley has nowhere to go.
And that will come just with time for Jared Goff.
Peyton Barber, Ronald Jones. Barber gets it running left. Kuechly after Addison. Barber lost yards. Luke Kuechly, who had 10 tackles in the first half. They run it, and the ball is out. What's the call? No signal yet. Looked like it might have been a safety.
Well, they don't block Luke Kuechly. He has a free shot, and you're going to see this down the line. Peyton Barber, he's got to get the ball, the entire ball out of the end zone. He fails to do that.
And on top of that, he was down before the fumble. It's a 3-point game thanks to the Panther defense.
First and 10, 47-yard line. It is Hyde, and he goes nowhere. Followed up by the combination of Kuechly and Bird.
reverse field, nowhere to go. This Carolina defense telling us on Friday, Ron Rivera, Luke Kuechly, we have to stop the run. And so far, they've done a very good job of that, only 24 yards run.
The atmosphere is tremendous as Jameis Winston needs to get some points here, and he throws it right to Luke Kuechly. He's still on his feet. Kuechly with a monster interception.
What's going on? You just see him way back here on this side. But off of the play fake, he steps up to stop the run, but then he's reading Jameis's eyes. He's watching him the whole time. It's right underneath the in route. Easy interception for 5'9".
And a difficult day for Jameis is now entering disastrous territory. Eric Reed on the pressure. Kuechly with an easy pick. And here is Kyle Allen.
Tevin Coleman is in the backfield, but throwing is Garoppolo, and it's intercepted by Luke Kuechly. Kuechly with the interception is second in as many games. Had his first last couple of weeks ago against Tampa Bay. Picks off one here, his 18th career interception. Kittle was the receiver.
Kuechly is just, I mean, he is the best in the business at understanding formationally what you're trying to throw. You see the undercut to George Kittle right there. Here,
as you just pointed out, 2nd down and 7. Mostert, and it's going to be Kuechly leading the play, and a penalty flag down.
3rd and 15. Haskins stepping up, has time, throwing over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Sprinkle, the tight end. And Luke Kuechly was on the scene.
On 3rd down and 3 now. Ryan to throw and pitches it forward and incomplete. Shuffled pass, so it'll be 4th down.
Harris in motion on the toss. It is Kamara, and he will lose yardage. David Elliott made the first contact, and then Kuechly came in to finish it off. Loss of 2 on the play.
He's trying to do everything he can. Stiff arm, outrace him to the sideline. David Elliott does a really nice job running through some traffic there, and then Luke Kuechly comes in to clean him up. This guy, Alvin Kamara, I know that they're not going to agree with that, but I think that's a pretty good call.
Breeze, end zone, broken up. Josh Hill, the intended receiver. Kuechly got a piece of it.
Well, this is a fantastic play by Luke Kuechly. Initially, he is a little bit beat. Watch him shuffle outside, Luke Kuechly. Watch him shuffle outside, and Josh Hill ends up with pretty good position on him after the play-action fake. But out of nowhere, here comes the